What's up, guys? We're doing it. We're here. I'll leave the headphones on for a bit.
Hey, you guys.
You got that music? It's nice. A little bit of you can't hear it. You can hear it.
Ah.
Yeah, we got some nice tunes going on here. Oh yeah, the sign. We can take away the sign. Sorry. We're back.
It's a bit messy.
Lies. It's 6:01. I know. We're like, comedians never go on at the right time. They always got to come in, a few minutes late.
5-minute warning. 5-minute warning.
We don't have Daniel here or Carl to do a 5-minute warning. So we're going all right. That's cool. So thanks again. We're here. It's the Friday afternoon live stream. We've got the beers. The chocolate. Oh,
the chocolate.
Sille bought me chocolate for Easter. You know it's Easter? You remember that?
Yes.
Remember that thing, you fucking pagans? Like you give a shit about Easter.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to wear for Easter, so happy holidays. I'm a reindeer.
Oh, yeah, right. It's Christmas. Like, there's only one holiday a year for you.
Happy Hanukkah, happy Christmas.
You're the worst atheist ever. Like, I don't understand you Christians with the things that you do.
So actually, this was the outfit that I wore on our Christmas special. Actually, just
Dissident,
yeah. Dissident Christmas special, and it's literally 10 euros from Pavli Kaltsukas.
From where?
Pavli. It's like second hand.
Oh, right. Okay, from the second-hand store. Okay,
yeah. So, and like literally, I don't know if I told you this, but I had a problem with the hood. Like,
what was the problem?
It wasn't staying on.
Right.
So I had the wig on. And I needed to fix it. Like it was right before we went on stage, and I took a stapler and I stapled it. And I literally stapled this on my head. Don't try this at home. It was so bad. I was like, okay, and I tried to get it off after the show, and it was just hair and it was a mess. It was a mess.
Sille-Kadri put a staple into her head and she didn't notice. The show must go on. It's fine.
No, I need to have the hood on.
Sille, take it off. Show us your real head. No,
honey. So yeah, it's Easter, and I was just okay. This is something like holiday related.
But you got where was the chocolate? Where did you put the chocolate?
Yes.
Right. So we've got you all know this little girl chocolate, as I creepily call it. Look, we got to talk about the little girl chocolate to start with, because this is the most normal thing, as I understand, for every Estonian person knows this. Is familiar with this. This is an iconic thing. So, the chick is with chicks. Okay, cool. We can get past that. Why is she wearing Swedish colors? Like, ja, svensk, ja, mycket bra svensk. Samma, ja, svensk.
Because, we wanted to be Nordic, like Scandinavian, okay?
Like, it's such y'all haven't seen it. Like, you're like, this is the most estima, here est, and you're like, no, it's fucking literally Swedish colors on everything. It's almost like when Hansa Bank changed their name to Swedbank, and I was like, oh, fucking rub it in that you dirty blonde Swedes control the banking network. We're just gonna call it Sweden Bank and get it you don't own shit. Okay, so we got little girl chocolates, and somehow you can just tell that this is an old picture, right? I don't know how to show
30
this.
years old.
Right, this is old. The bangs, they're... Ow. Oh, okay, I need to get into this, Sille. What do you think about bangs? Because I'm like...
Well, right now it's super trendy because everybody is cutting their own bangs and posting it on Instagram. I'm living. I used to have bangs, I think, when I was 15, 16, something like that. I used to have, because we all been through that. It's a journey. It's a journey.
By the way, Irun's on chat. Fun fact, the earlier version of that cover, the little chick was covering her mouth, looking like she was about to eat it. Come here. I eat small baby chicklings. Right, okay, so... And that's when I'm teaching people how to give presentations and stuff like that, the one thing I tell people is don't put your face near your hands near your mouth. Because anytime you put your hands near your mouth, it looks dodgy. Like, what am I covering up? What is this? And the old trick that I have is like say this is a regular microphone, not one with a stand. Like, don't hold it here, right? Like, hold it far away. Like, in terms of the microphone, certainly don't be Sandroigas and hold your fucking microphone out here. Down here. Can my microphone have a new postcode, please? Jesus, that is annoying.
Sound guys hate
it. However, let's say this is the regular microphone, right? People kind of want to hold it here or up here. First of all, when you hold it here, you look like it looks shifty. Like, what am I doing? Oh yeah, like I'm just gonna hold this right here, and like it looks. The hand next to the mouth looks shifty. The other one is that when you hold it, you know who holds it here? Rappers. Rappers hold it like this. Yo, what's up? Yo, yo, yo. No, everybody else holds the microphone at the other end. Unless you're a rapper, hold it at the other end.
Okay. So I don't remember that photo, but I believe you.
Okay. So she's got bangs, because I'm like...
Those are some horrible bangs.
Well, they're Soviet Union bangs. So why... Okay, so I know nothing about bangs. Why are these horrible bangs?
I mean, do you have eyes?
No, what? I don't, like, I hate all... Here's my point.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, honey, let me talk about bangs. Okay, honey. Okay, the thing is like, if you're gonna have bangs, there's like, either you have it like this, like really close to your like lashes or something, then it's really like, okay, giving whatever Demi Moore, I don't know. I don't know who has bangs, whatever. Some celebrity, something with cute bangs, okay. Or either you're gonna be like this AG, I'm 19, Z-Gen, like really like bangs like here. like okay, but some people can pull it off. But this is a really awkward length because it's like here.
Curves a little bit as well.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense because it's not like straight. It's like a little bit. It has a little curvature, and it's not like the hair is straight, but the bangs are not. And then it's like here. Like you're like Quasimodo. Those are Quasimodo bangs.
That's a Quasimodo bang. Because someone help me out in the chat here. Has there ever been one single man in the history of all humankind who likes bangs? Like, I think bangs are something that women love, but every man is like, I'll say I like it if you have sex with me. Like, what man has gone, yes, oh, the Cleopatra look, give it to me. Like, it's something that women like. I don't think women appreciate that men are just like, okay, whatever you say. Look at Korea or China.
Yeah, I don't know.
Women love it. And women are all like, look at me, I got my bangs. And like, there's that chick, the promotional photo for Trout Attack. And that chick, what's her name? She's got like bam, like a protractor, like straight across. And I'm like, fair, look, okay. Maybe she's not trying to look attractive to men. Maybe I'm not the audience. I don't know.
Well, at least she has talent.
Oh, true. Has a lot of talent, don't get me wrong. Maybe I'm not maybe it's not for men. Maybe it's all like, fuck it. If chicks love it.
Well, we do dress up to impress other chicks, It's like,
Wait, so there was one Estonian streamer and he said he likes bangs. Whatever. Oh, Nymph? Yeah, great. Okay. There's a guy called Nymph.
So he likes everything.
And he's called Bangs. Like, he likes bang bang. He don't like bangs. All right.
Well, he likes them because he's not getting any.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's a weird name, I think. Too obvious.
So, all right. Little girl, looks like Sweden, has weird bangs, got little golden chicks around her. All right, and there's chocolate inside. Okay, I think we've done.
Yeah, like this is like, Estonian Kinder Bueno or something. It's like, like
Kinder Bueno, no problem.
I remember this shit from my childhood, honestly. And the thing was, I went to the store and I was like, okay, I want to buy you something for Easter, I think. Like a box of chocolate. I don't know what you like. I was like, okay, I want to buy a box of chocolate. And then I was like, okay, I bought one, like a really expensive one. And then I ate it. Oh, I'm sorry. I got drunk one day again. And I ate the chocolate and then I was like, okay, I had to go to the store again.
Wait. Yeah, this is interesting though. Your Estonian cultural instinct that you want to buy something and give something when you go to someone's house.
Yes, because it's rude if you just go with empty-handed.
Right. So I feel none of that. I feel no compulsion when I show up. I'm just like, hey, mate, yeah, no worries. If I can come over, what's going down? Like Australia, we have no culture. But even the other day, you may have seen the podcast I did with Sandra. My girlfriend's like, should we bring him a cake? I'm like, we're going to celebrity chef Sandra's house. Do you think that we should get like a €2 cake from Prisma? I don't know if that's going to go down. Just
But
like,
the thing is,
bring
yeah.
something.
And it's something. Yeah. I don't know. It's really Estonian thing. You have to have something when you go to somebody's house. And I every time, like even if you're foreign, I feel guilty every time when I come here and I don't have anything. And I feel like a piece of shit. Like, thank you for the brainwash, mom, or something.
Hi, PewDiePie again. Good to see you, bro. What's up, man? Do you all you Estonians, do you still feel that, like, I've got to give something when I go to someone's house? Because I do not feel it in any way. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'd, like, bring a beer or a cake or flowers. Like, let alone bring something, like, they don't want. Now, don't get me wrong. I want chocolate. I'm not trying to say that. Chocolate's lovely.
Thank
but
God.
You got to bring those... like those chocolates, like those little chocolates that are in wrappers and stuff, and like Ferrero Rocher or some crap, or like chocolates that no one's ever eaten in their life, but you've got to give as gifts.
Yeah, even like I've been with my best friend. Like I know my best friend for like 20 years almost, and like every time when I visit her, like my best friend, I visit her house and I bring something, like something like.
Like what? What would be some examples of what you might?
Mostly wine.
I don't know if that's
okay. Sometimes I
that's
really
Estonian tradition, but not the one we're talking about.
yeah, like okay. Sometimes I just bring something for the cheese plate. I bring some snacks, some fruit, something sweet for the kid. You know, it's always like when you go to house, like if there's a child, it's like, oh, I brought you some chocolate, or I brought you this, or sometimes I buy toys for the kid, whatever. Like I don't know. I feel so, and I'm broke as shit, and I still buy. Okay, the wine I'm gonna drink anyway, but toys and stuff. And I always like, I don't know. I need to bring something, and it's really something really rooted in me, really deep. Like, yeah, I really feel guilty. Honestly, like I have nightmares if I don't bring anything. I feel like, oh my god, that was so rude. You invite me to your house and you take care of me and stuff, and I'm just there like, like.
But it's like, but then like, oh, this. Like, oh, I've got to bring something. So what do? You frantically go through Rimi on the way there. You'd be like, oh my God, this cake from there that I just bought.
It's like, what's discounted? Like, it's...
Yeah, it's got to be €2 off. And then it says
See,
something.
even Karl-Alari Varma always brings something.
I'm even bringing chocolate when we were driving to a show and coming in a car. That is true. Let me tell you the number of times that Carl has come in my car.
I don't want to know.
No, it's fine. Because Carl's fine. I was about to say, like, Carl, when are you going to a friend's house? What is this? But he's right. No, he's right. Carl does give, like, chocolate or something to keep us going. Because if, like, I don't want the chocolate, we have the remorseless eating machine of Ardo Asperg in the back seat who, like, that dude, like, Ardo Asperg legit has abs. Like, legit has abs.
Why are we talking about naked Ardo again?
Right. I always get back to it because I'm fascinated. Like, scientists need to study that guy. He legit have abs, and I've seen him eat and take down chocolate and beers, and like a regular person would strangle one of those small chickens for the body that Ardo has, and he's just like, he will devour the chocolate, take out the burgers, drink the beer. He's unbelievable. Ardo has an 8-pack. You just need to know. Like, Carl knows.
Don't be jealous of like everybody's jealous of Ardo.
Yeah.
Like,
talented, funny. We didn't mention actually. That's a good. Hey, I didn't even think of this segue, but it's a good segue. We released Ardo's special this week. So his last hour that he did, and you can go to the Comedy Estonia shop at pord.comedyestonia.com, and you can buy the file for a download for €5. Super cheap. That's the cheapest we could make it because we got to pay tax and shit. And it's a really good special. Like, so Carl and Ardo have been talking about it all week. Yeah, people have been buying it on the web shop. Like, if you, Ardo is like if you like written like Ardo to me is the best comedy writer in Estonia. Like,
Agreed.
No matter like TV show, theater, no matter what the fuck else is writing, like word for word, sentence for sentence writer, he's number one. If this was some other country and we had like a proper entertainment industry, let's say, let's make a crazy idea. Ardo would be head writer of like some amazing sitcom, and he would be like, that would be his job, and he would do stand up on the side and have a great stand up career and be an amazing writer of an amazing TV show.
Just like Ardo commenting on everyday life is
Yeah.
hilarious. He just notices shit. I'm like, I ride the bus every day. I don't know this shit. I'm like, I know these people that you're talking about, but I'm like, I wouldn't ever come up with this.
And he
shit.
doesn't say, like, he'll say, Ardo says nothing until he says the funniest thing you've heard all night. Like, you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
like he'll say one thing, but you'll remember it the next day as we fell over laughing when he said it.
Yeah, and like he's like a silent but deadly, you know.
Deadly, like my farts. Silent. No, my farts are not silent. Yeah, so Art, like, he's pound for pound the best comedy writer in this country, and he's put his special out. Like, if you're a fan of comedy and you're like if you watch a whole bunch of comedy and you're all like, yeah, I watch a bunch of stand-up, I know what the stand-up's doing, you know, he's doing this style of comedy or that style, and you know, you understand a little bit about the mechanics, you're a bit of a comedy nerd, like Ardo Asperg special, mwah, you'll totally appreciate it.
I appreciate. Okay, we are just. I don't know why we are sucking up.
Ardo Asperg!
I don't know what the fuck is this becoming like. Praise the Lord of our, like it's like, you know, we're preaching. Anyway, but the thing was for me, like I've seen him like do a lot of solo act and also like in open mics. And for me, I was always surprised when somebody can actually come up with something new. It's not like, oh, I've already heard about this. I already heard those jokes. I already know what he's gonna. Every time when he comes on stage, I'm really like listening because I'm like really interested because every time he surprised me. And it's not easy thing if you have seen somebody for 4 years.
Yes.
All the time, like every month.
Open mic, 3 open mics a week.
Yeah, exactly. And you're already like, actually, because if you go to every open mic, you kind of like, yeah, okay, he's doing that bit. But Arda goes on stage, I don't know what he's gonna say. And I'm like, even when I know, oh, he's gonna go that way, it's like, no, you turn. And I'm like, and I have so much respect for you. Thank you. And it was Arda's birthday.
That was a couple days ago.
Couple days ago. So, cheers. Happy birthday.
Cheers to you, Ardo. Carl, you want to put the link in the chat? See, I've already enlisted Carl to do work. Pod.comedyestonia.com. We're trying to get that one going and sell some more shit. It's taken us a long time to get our web shop going, but you can buy files and DVDs, and it's going all right.
By the way, Sille, I listened to the first episode of Tissident, and I gotta say, I really like it.
Oh.
The first episode is the worst. I hate it. Honestly.
Have you gone? What happens in the? Do you remember anything?
Yeah, I remember exactly because it was the third time I saw Marianne that I do the podcast with. It was like we just literally met before. We were at the studio first time. I don't know her. She doesn't know me. She just knows I'm some drunk bitch from open mic or something. Like
true or not?
Yeah.
We'll leave that up to your interpretation.
And we were not alone in the studio because we didn't know how to use any of the equipment. So there was like 2 guys listening to us talking about nothing, like, you know, like blah blah blah, just getting to know each other. And we were like kind of, it was so awkward and like kind of like it was not a great chemistry, but we did it. We were like, okay, we're not 100% happy, but it was okay. But later on, after like over 60 episodes, it's like, for me, it's like, oh my god, like we were like, I could like hear myself sweating like sweating through my eyes, and like just so uncomfortable because I know that there's 2 guys are like, girl, who this, like really, like what the fuck are you talking about, like get your shit together.
How did you and Mariana meet again? I forgot.
So you're the last.
Yeah, I know. Tell me again. I know I've heard this story like 3 times.
Yeah, it was Kivi Babargari open mic,
Okay.
the English one. She was on the audience. I was on stage. I was too drunk. She was like, "Who's this crazy bitch?" She later then went outside for a smoke. She came in like, "Hey, I'm Marianne, blah blah. I've seen you on stage. I think you're nuts." Like, I was like, no, I'm hungry for nuts. and we were just joking. We were just joking, like
we sell an Ardo special, and we sell it more on the Comedy Estonia web shop right now. Dang.
Yeah. So we kind of like hit it off. I was like, oh, okay. I like her personality, and we had great chemistry. Just talking, like And she was like, have you ever thought about having a podcast? And I'm like, is there any podcasts in Estonia besides Tissident? I'm like, I didn't know because it was 2018 and shit just got started. She was like, yeah, we're gonna have like new podcasts and stuff. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And here we are.
Here we are. So you guys did an episode the other day over Zoom, did you?
Yes. The quality was not the best, but people were happy. They were like, oh, it's great to hear you're doing okay. You're still alive. I'm like, I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
You cannot kill her. Like...
Well, not so easily.
Not so easily.
Yeah, I'm from the 90s, so I'm tough. So yeah, we did it, and it was okay. It was like 40 minutes or something, 45 minutes or something like that. And yeah, and people were okay. So yeah, it was great to hear her voice actually and just, nice. Talk, because we haven't seen each other for a month. And it's so weird because we were I was so used to it that every week we find the time, we go to the studio, we record, we have like dinner or something, like, or snacks or whatever, like we just hang and and it's been like a month I haven't really been connecting with her. I know she's busy and stuff, and it was nice. It was just nice to record again.
That's cool. And you're going to do a proper episode soon, like a real life.
Yeah, I don't know. Is the crisis over? What's going on?
No one knows. Is it over? Like...
Can you please, somebody from the government, please help us?
Yuri, we know you're listening, bro. We know you got nothing else to do right now but sit and listen to us. Like,
okay, Yuri just left us.
Yuri has left the chat. He's gonna go do some. Oh fuck, they said it. Like coming here today, walking down Teleskivi, it was the fucking Mardi Gras. There were people in groups. One guy was drinking. People were riding bikes. There was loads of people everywhere. I'm like, is this still lockdown? We're getting a bit bored of lockdown, and the government's not saying nothing. I'm all like, yo, it's sunshine. We're Estonian. We're programmed to go outside.
So PewDiePie, not the real PewDiePie, but the discount PewDiePie says, I'm still stuck here, so I think there still is a crisis.
Where are you stuck?
Like, he was in Saaremaa.
Oh, Saaremaa. Oh, that's right. You're in Saaremaa. Well, hey, look, the island's gone. We probably think the best strategy for Estonia is we're going to burn the island, set it alight, and cut our losses, maybe. No? What? Comedy Sille and PewDiePie. Okay, fine. All right, I imagine it's still a lockdown. Rando. Okay, right. I don't know, Rando.
No, you are discount PewDiePie.
Yeah, like Rando. Rando is a great name. To me, it sounds like the Estonian countryside version of Randy. Like if you're, hey, I'm Randy.
I had a classmate.
Right, someone who's like could have been a side character on Tiger King. Did you watch it?
I watched it 3 times.
Yes, Tiger King is the best.
Oh my god, I love that. Just gun blazing, gay as hell. Like, I cannot believe that this is actual, like, a real person. I was like even SNL like sketches are not so great, that this fucking character who is in real life, like, he is actually that guy. I was like, wow.
If you haven't watched Tiger King on Netflix, go and do it.
It's number one in Estonia.
It's number one. You've got to be.
Yeah, because it was trending a lot everywhere, and there's like so many memes and so much shit. But I'm like, really like Tiger King. I have watched this shit 3 times because I'm still like, I don't believe what I'm watching.
It's so good. Oh, it's compelling, right? And they're all like, as you watch it, you start thinking like, okay, he's bad, and then you go, oh, that guy's bad, and then you're like, oh, but then you're like, oh, he's good, and there's subtlety. Like, they're all crazy. Like, every single person in that documentary is fucking insane.
Absolutely, and they're all like, they've done some illegal shit, and a ton of it actually.
It's not
that they have
bad.
Yeah,
it's not like he's a good guy, he's a bad guy. Like they're all levels of insane and bad.
Yeah, for me it was just so weird, and I just. Like, every character deserves a spin-off, mockumentary, a documentary, or whatever. Like, because everybody like is so crazy and over the top, and they take it so serious that they're like, yes, like, this is my life, and I don't give a fuck, and blah, 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 and they have the accent. Oh my god, it's so good, and it's like, At first I was like, what is this show about? And I was just like, it's just crazy. They're all crazy. They're just crazy.
I think it's a beautiful demonstration of that is America. Like, oh, we see some SNL, we see something coming out of Hollywood. We're like, oh, Americans are all like this. Like, no, fucking that is America.
That's Oklahoma.
Right, that is
swamp people or something.
swamp people. Like when he's out there on his land with the goddamn assault rifle, just like boom, 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 boom. Like he is 100% legal. That is, there's nothing illegal or wrong where he's from in like just blowing shit up on his own land.
And they just go to Walmart and buy that shit. Like,
you get bullets, you get bullets from Walmart.
What? Like,
when I was even there in Georgia in summer in Atlanta, we were just walking by all the guns, bullets you want.
For me, it's insane. I cannot imagine that I would go to Maxima.
Right.
And buy bullets.
That's what I think that the show is so good at. It's like showing us, like, if you sit down and seriously consider that these people exist, they're not characters, they're real life, all this stuff happened, and you try to seriously process what must be the life and society in the world, you go, that's America. That's freedom. Like, we're like, ooh, freedom, number one. It's freedom. And that's what makes America terrible and what makes America great. Like, oh shit, that person can exist.
And for me, like, one of the highlights was he was actually, the Tiger King wanted to become president. So he was like, he had condoms with his face on it. He went like he did entire shows with the tigers and just going around like, oh, elect me. And I was like, this looks so crazy. It's like, it doesn't even look real. It looks surreal, you know? It was like out of this world.
But didn't he get like, when he ran for governor, he got like 30% of the vote. Yeah. Like legit.
So actually, it's not that bad, to be honest, because they were talking that like a lot of people, if he was like, you know, entertaining and talking with the people, then they had their vote. But the thing was, some people have common sense that they don't want a former meth addict to.
As Carl points out on the chat, he says the man from the country where the ex-prime minister holds the record for chugging beer. This is the truth. So Australian Prime Minister Bob Hawke, who was the Prime Minister for a good at least 10 years, look, I don't remember, from like mid-80s to the mid-90s. Bob Hawke was his name. Great Prime Minister of Australia. But in his youth, he had a beer drinking record at Oxford, I want to say, or Cambridge, wherever the fuck he got educated. Like, there's a sign. If you go to Oxford, to the bar there's a sign, Australian Prime Minister. Like, he won a beer drinking competition at Oxford. And legit, that for sure was one of the things about why he got elected. Like, yeah, he didn't rise. But when you're almost about to be Prime Minister, like, you know, you got the credentials, you've done the work, you've risen up the political ranks, and then at the last election thing, you're like, yo, I'm the guy with the beer drinking record. Australians are like, yes, we'll take it.
It's like, that's a common man, you know, I can relate to that. I can, shit. But I'm actually, the shocking part is that Carl knows something about politics. Good for you. Good for you, Carl.
Ragging on Carl. And years,
Roasted.
like, now our this Prime Minister of Australia, dear Bob Hawke, he has passed away. But in his later years, it almost became a thing that at the cricket, because cricket's huge in Australia, like massive stadiums, 70,000 people in a stadium, all there to watch two dudes go, nick, nick. That's cricket. We love it, right? It's amazing. So Bob Hawke would be at the cricket and the camera would turn to our former Prime Minister, the great man, the great leader who has led our nation. They floated the dollar. They made reforms. It was an amazing thing. And then the camera, the big screen would be on him. And then out of nowhere, some guy just below would shoot a beer up to him. And a beer would just come up to his view, and then Bob would grab the beer and just go, take the whole beer down. Swear to God, 70,000 people erupt in this stadium knowing their former Prime Minister just chugged a beer on the big screen live on television.
I mean, that's courage. If you take drinks from strangers, like, come on.
Australia,
Like it's like you could have like whatever.
beautiful part of my country. Oh.
Wow.
Estonia does. Estonia needs a prime minister that chugs the beer. I mean, Yuri looks like he chugged beer in college. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
You don't think so?
yeah. Well, he's from Hadamista, I think.
Where's that? Hallamester? What's that?
I don't even know. It's like in a really shithole. I don't even know. So
You're a man of the people, right?
yeah. Yeah, I don't want to talk about politics
Okay, sorry.
on camera. I'm just like, I like if I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna get really angry later.
Ranting on. No, we don't need to talk about politics. Only about how drunk
I've
they
already
are.
written articles about it. Like, yeah, well, they are men, so
Oh, they're men.
so
Men
there's
running
that.
the government.
Okay.
Let's talk about. Oh, really? Really? Well, maybe we're in this fucking mess because Kaya Kallas couldn't form a government. Oh shit.
Okay.
Snap,
Bye.
snap,
It was
snap.
nice to see.
I don't know. Oh. So Yuri comes from close to Latvia. All right, makes sense. All right, he hasn't got a 6 toe, maybe like 5.5, possibly.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's like we ran out of topics. Like it's week 4. It's like
Yuri
we're talking about like how many toes has Yuri? Like it's like like. Well, I didn't promise any jokes. So
What's Vardaman Love Supreme? I don't even know what that is. What is such a thing? You know what that is? I don't know.
Nope, no idea.
So yeah, we got the Alexander. It's the cheapest thing at the Rimi at Teleskivi.
Why are you giving us a hard time about like
No,
we're
it's not.
poor
We're
as fuck.
just commenting. Back at it again with the Alexander, like
And it's like something like
because we're you know
okay, send us really good craft beers. Thank you. It's like-
we're men and women of the people.
well, for me, it's like people are like those comments like, I hope Silla is drinking 0%.
Why? Why would
I'm not pregnant. What the fuck?
you know?
Like, fuck you. Like, why should I have alcohol-free beer? Like,
Yeah, why? Like, do you know anything about Sille-Kadri Simer? Like,
Excuse me?
like, have you ever encountered this person before?
oh my god. No, probably they don't know because there was somebody who commented like, "Are you both Estonian?" Absolutely.
Absolutely, 100%. Uksata % esti. That's me. Yeah.
Bitch cannot even spell my name correctly.
I know. I keep going simmer, like something I do on the stove with the fry pan, the simmer. Okay, so Vardaman Love Supreme was a performance artist and activist. He ran as a candidate in different elections in the United States. He wears a boot on his head and has a zombie apocalypse plan. Haven't we all given consideration to zombie apocalypse plans lately?
Oh, this is not what's happening right now
Yeah, exactly. Right.
for me because, like, all of you people outside, I know that you have given up. You look like shit. Okay, nobody's putting on makeup or clothes. Like you look, everybody looks
Hey,
like
yo,
shit.
you ugly fucks. All right, good way to talk to the audience.
We only
Okay.
have 30 people watching. Nobody like I don't care. No, I went to Teleskivi. Everybody's wearing like the blackest sunglasses, and also they have like like sweatpants, but they're not working out. They have the sweatpants for 5 days and like not giving a shit. I haven't been to a hairdresser or manicure or whatever, and it shows. It shows. Like, and I'm super extra with my PJs walking down the street. like I don't give a fuck. So yeah.
So where are you gonna go out tonight or something? You gonna do something in those PJs?
I'm gonna get a Hesburger. There's a veggie Hesburger, so I was like, fuck
Can you
it.
still buy Hesburger?
Yes, you can. Takeaway. Only takeaway. There, you cannot sit there or something. But like, who wants to eat there anyway?
I would say being a attendant at Hesburger in these COVID days might be more safe than regularly serving Hesburger if you're working the night shift 2 a.m.
I always
3
felt so
a.m..
bad. Like if you're.
You might be like, really? I don't have to serve all those drunken Finnish dudes at 4 a.m. Fucking bring the COVID on.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember when I used to live in Helsinki, and there was like this McDonald's right next to the railway station that was open almost 24 hours or something like that. And I remember just like it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and that was really zombie apocalypse. I was like, what? Like, it was a mess. Like, everybody's like super drunk and throwing up, and like there's a lot of people. Like, there's an entire festival going on in front of the McDonald's, and it was so funny because there was like young people, older people dressed up, coming after some gala or some shit, super drunk and ordering Big Mac, and it was a show. It was literally, I was just like, wow, like a lot of shit happened there. So yeah.
What was it? Rando was asking, are people wearing masks in Tallinn? Yeah, a little bit. Kinda. I think it's because they don't have masks. People still look at me weird. I have a mask, and people still look at me weird when I go through Prisma or
I don't
with
get
my
that.
mask on.
Not a lot of people, but I've seen. Okay, all of the workers in like pharmacies, some of the workers in stores and stuff are wearing masks, like people like who come in contact with people, but just like common folk, I don't know. I have seen some really cool designer. Like yeah, those are really nice. I've seen that Estonian designers are now making masks. They really look cool. Like honestly, I was like, let's have a ball. I don't know. Let's have a party. Let's have a mask parade or something. Mask ball.
A masquerade.
Masquerade. That's so bad. Really bad. Sorry about that. But yeah, I've seen really cool. But I don't wear a mask.
Because you don't have a mask. It's not like a choice. Like I don't wear a mask. Like it's like you don't have a mask. What I'm trying to say is I have a mask and I'm better than you.
Bitch.
I ordered. We're waiting. Tim and I are waiting for the next Amazon order, and I ordered some bandanas. You know, so you can wear them like a cowboy and Indian style, like you're a robber on the old Wild West or something. Like apparently they're not bad. Put them up. It's enough fabric. Like the fabric is better at stopping the thingy. Because I'm a scientist.
thingy.
The thingies.
What kind of thingy?
The COVID thingies are coming in. The COVID thingies are going out. Yeah, so I'm waiting. I love the idea that I can just walk into Prisma and I've got a mask, glasses, my hood, and any other circumstance, I'm about to rob this place blind. But right now, it's like, welcome in, sir. You're a customer. We'll take you.
Yeah, you look wretched as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like
the whole shit. Like, you can look like, usually if you wear a hood and a mask, you're like socially offensive. We're going to start a riot. I don't know. Banksy's going to draw a fucking picture on the wall. This is Hong Kong, you know, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing now.
Kind of into it. Like, I was just thinking, like, I'm really searching for like a designer mask that is like pink, so I can wear my pink wig and my like. I would be like, like pink glasses, pink mask, wig, everything, and just go all out. Just like I'm still gorgeous. It's like I would just still work it, like even if my mouth was covered. So,
okay. 95% of the people on the streets of Kuressaare are wearing masks. No shit. First of all, there are people on the streets of Kuressaare? Holy shit. I mean, I have no idea.
The police.
I guess. I mean, I guess all the Finnish tourists went. I'm like, once the Finnish tourists go home, is there anybody left?
Damn. It's not even summer.
Okay. So some people are out. So, all right, they got some masks. Because they just imported like 3 million masks on a plane. I saw it on ERR. They imported like 3 million masks from China. I saw some old dude was wearing gloves while shopping, but he was rubbing his face while browsing yogurts.
So there's no point to wearing gloves.
Yeah, I like to just, when you walk into Rimi and they got the gloves, you can take your own gloves. I just walk around and scratch my crotch for a while and then touch cheese, touch my crotch a little bit more, take some ham.
Wait,
and you're
where
like,
do you shop?
What? I got the gloves on. What?
Where do you shop? I need to know. I'm never going there. Like, the thing is, people like reuse the masks and gloves and everything, and it's no point. You like if you have like the ones that you cannot wash and stuff, and like it's for one use. It's so stupid. And I also see like because I used to work in a restaurant. It's like okay, I have also worn the gloves, but it's like after you touch something, you have to put another one. It's not something that I'm gonna do this and blow my nose. Like there's no point wearing the fucking gloves. It's like
scratch my balls, pick my bum, all the things I'm gonna do with the gloves on.
Yeah, whatever,
I got gloves on. Yeah.
I don't know. You go to the store to touch yourself. What the fuck?
What?
It's like,
Hey, you get bored. It's COVID. It's lockdown. I got nothing to do. I might just go to the roomie, touch myself a bit, then leave. Like, what? You got.
when I go to Prisma, I don't know.
You've never lived, Sille-Kadri.
Excuse me.
You've never lived. You've got to just go around and just be free. That's all I'm trying to say. You trying to, make people not free?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so everyone is outside. Life is hustling on. So, okay, there's like 10 people outside in Saaremaa. Congratulations.
Okay, yeah. Insert Saaremaa joke here. Insert next Saaremaa joke. Okay. All right, there you go. But yeah, the government needs to tell us when we can do something again.
My life has been so boring.
It's been
The
so
most-
hard for her.
Oh, boo-hoo. The most exciting thing about this week, except us, of course, making brunch and having this show that 30 people watch.
You were like, except of us making, and I'm like, what? Brunch? Oh, okay.
But whatever. Like brunch is like having beer. Okay. But for me, it was like I ordered a bike, so I'm gonna go cycling.
Oh
And,
shit! Like
yeah.
a proper outside bike. Okay,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
sort of bike? Tell us about the bike. Like what kind? Like what? Like just a city bike?
Ci-
or a
city
road
bike.
City
Yeah,
bike?
it was a city bike, but it has some gears and stuff, and it was from a Finnish company, and I just ordered it, and I've been so excited. Oh my god, I'm waiting for my bike. It's like, and I was like, oh my god, my life is so boring and dull. I'm excited about something that I ordered online.
That's cool. So when do you expect to get the bike?
Maybe next week, because right now it's the holidays, so we should be relaxing and with our family celebrating Easter.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, because actually today is
I keep
Like a nice-
forgetting. Yeah, right. Is today Good Friday?
it should be
Is it?
because on Sunday is Easter, so yeah.
Is this maybe someone in the chat can tell us if this is Good Friday? Because I mean,
Like the
No,
entire month has been
yeah,
like
we're in the atheist Estonia to begin with, and then here we are when we're all worried about COVID at home anyway and off. So okay, maybe today is good. Is there something we shouldn't be doing or should be doing on Good Friday?
yes, coloring eggs and not yours, but like chicken, chicken eggs.
Requires knowledge of Estonian to get that joke. Bam.
Yeah, I have to always explain myself because men are like, oh, women are not funny, and they do. So I'm always like, it's a joke. I'm just having a good time. I'm drinking Alexander, and yes, I know it tastes like shit, but it's for free. I don't care. So it's like, I'm always over-explaining myself, I think.
The bike, and so what, you ordered it from some sort of Estonian bike store or something?
Yeah, it was a store that is located in Tartu, but they also sell used bikes and they give you a guarantee. So, and it was like,
It was a used bike.
it was a used bike.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
But they have fixed everything and they give you 3 months guarantee.
Nice. And but how did they deliver it to Tallinn? Oh.
Yes, so you pay for the delivery. So, but it's always like, every time when I order something and the guy calls like 9 a.m., it's like, I'm gonna be there in 5 minutes.
Like,
I'm like,
she's like,
oh no, I'm gonna,
yeah, when the delivery man comes, I haven't seen anybody for a week.
my neighbors don't want to have sex with me, okay? Can you please help a girl out? Like, so yeah, it's they always come like Monday 10 a.m. or some shit like that, and I was like, I'm gonna be there in like 20 seconds, and I fuck, and I'm like running like crazy. It's like, okay, I haven't taken a shower in 3 days, but whatever, like, you know.
So that's what the bike guy thinks. Like, I deliver this bike, but whoa, boy, this chick smell. Woo.
Oh, honey. Yeah.
That would be hilarious if the bike delivery guy got late all the time. He's like, yo, you need that bike delivery job. Like a, you mean like a courier guy? No. Delivering the bikes. Woo, chicks on heat when they get their bike, bro. Like, woo.
Oh, I'm so excited waiting for my bike. Yeah, actually, it's so funny that people are really super desperate, and I know it because everybody's texting me, Sille, let's go out after the crisis, and I'm like,
Oh, you mean like for social interaction?
no. I've been asked on dates, actually. I've been asked, and I'm like, do you know me? It's literally, you don't know me. Like, but everybody's lowering their standards. Like,
But who can go? I mean, it's one thing. Are they only asking you on a date because they know you can't have a date? Like,
I don't know. It's funny. It's really funny. Okay. I'm used to the dick pics, and I'm like not impressed. But
doesn't impress me much.
I'm not. If I wanna see a sad sack, I will go visit my grandpa. Okay. I'm like, it's like, but the thing is, like legit people who have whatever worked with me, who just know me for like from a podcast or whatever, have been like, hey Silla, after the crisis, you wanna get a drink or a lunch or something? And I'm like,
Nice.
like,
What? What's
I'm like, I don't know. It's like it's
Getting
weird.
hit up, it's great. Like,
Yeah, but it's like I'm like I still have standards, so.
everyone's horny as fuck right now.
It's funny, for me. It's just so
jumping out of
funny.
their skin.
It's just so funny for me to get this kind of attention. I'm not used to it,
Okay.
so for me, it's like, well, okay, whatever.
I think you do. I think you must get that attention. You just like.
I'm 29. I'm kidding. I'm kidding me.
I was telling you last week about a friend of a friend I heard, and I've heard about now this idea that if you meet on Tinder, that you can't just go on a Tinder date. So I heard that people were doing video chats. Now I've heard some people are just like doing like a phone call, like, hey, we meet on Tinder, and hey, we're typing and all that shit. But then they're like, let's have our first date as a phone call. It's kind of sweet and weird.
That's kind of old school.
Yeah, super old school.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I wonder if someone like, okay, and you got a call, you'd have those same trepidations and fears. Like back, like I'm old enough to remember calling a girl and having her dad pick up the house phone.
You mean like a landline?
Like a landline. Yeah. I'm old enough to have sat there and remember that shit. Like maybe this was a premonition to me becoming a comedian, but I remember being, I don't know, let's say 16, 15, I'm not sure, something like this, right? I think 16, let's go 16. I got a girl's number. We met somewhere at some probably study camp or some shit, I don't know. I was like, okay, she seems reasonable. She wasn't from my school, so she doesn't think I'm a complete idiot. So
because she doesn't know it yet.
Right, she doesn't know yet. So she hasn't been exposed. So, okay, I got the number. I've got a call, but you're worried. You're a 16-year-old boy who's never had, anyone touch your dick. So you don't know things. You don't know what's up. So I would, like the same way that a comedian writes out their set list before they go to the stage, I would write out topics. Like not a lot, just like a few lines, so that when we started talking, and I would be like, oh, okay, well, that was great. What are we gonna talk about now? And I would have the next topic to talk about. And so I would have a little
So you kind of
set
like
list.
practice, you think ahead what you're gonna say.
Yeah, like, not like lines and not like words written out, but just like, okay, talk about the schoolwork and the thing that's happening. And like, so in case I got like, I could like look at my notes.
Wow.
She still didn't touch my dick, though, so.
Yeah, we're not shook.
No,
so
didn't
we
go
all knew
anywhere.
it. That was not a plot twist, okay? Oh wow. Yeah, I find it kind of like we are going back a little bit like old school and just getting to know a person before you see them naked.
Whoa.
I know, it's so
Remember the year?
shocking.
Whoa,
So-
okay.
It's not. So for me, it is kind of sweet that people are, making plans ahead, and okay, let's see how it works out. Let's just chat, and it's cool. It's sweet. I find it really sweet, and in that way, I am like kind of romantic, and I like those things. I don't like to see a fucking dick pic in first text. I'm like, really, this is not my gig.
What?
I'm like-
Is there a woman out there who's gone, I was just sitting at home and I got a dick pic and then I felt better. And then it was great. I got a dick pic. I saw a dick.
But sometimes they
Everything
make
was
you
cool.
laugh, so maybe
Okay.
it's like you never know. But
It is sweet about. I mean, where do we go from that? Like, because I would have just thought, well, okay. On one hand, I thought, do a Zoom, do a Skype, do a video call. But okay, first dates never the easiest thing for the human race. We are not good. whatever culture you come from, whatever place in the world, however old you are, we're not good at first dates. But, so, okay. Then you do a Skype or a Zoom, right? You think like that would be that's the next step down. Like phone call is some steps down on the scale. Because I think the next, people went, oh, we'll just do a video call. But video calls are super intense. Like if you think about any video call that maybe you've had at work, or you've got to have, you just FaceTime your friend, you're looking at them like this. Like, hi, good to see you, it's the FaceTime. And you don't look away, and you don't look over there and be like, hey, look at that shit. You've got to look at this person up close and personal, and this is our date. I don't think video call is the best way to have a first date.
And I'm always like thinking like a little bit self-conscious, like, okay, you kind of see my room, you see my house, and I always like, before I even have like whatever, like from work, like we have some meetings or something, and I'm always like, oh, I need to clean, I need to put this in. Like, it's like, because I don't like this angle, I don't like this lighting, because there's, the lighting can really fuck up your face. Oh. And I'm always like pushing lights. Oh my God, the sun went away. New lights. I need. It's such a hassle because there was like one of my friends, shout out to Nikki, she had her birthday party via Zoom. It was great. It was really fun. Cool. But like halfway through, it got really dark in my room because it was evening, and I was just like, fuck. And I was like literally just going around the house trying to find some light. It's just like, because if I turn on like the main lighting in my room, it's just too bright, and it's like,
I know, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, I need to record this shit in a studio. I don't know. It's such a, and when I go to the kitchen, I'm like, I don't want you to be in my kitchen. I don't know why, but it's for me. It's like,
no, you don't want it. Even your friends, and this is not a first date. These are your friends.
It's like, but it's kind of intimate. I don't know. It's something that I'm really self-conscious about. So and every Monday I have like a meeting, and before that I wake up like 6:30 in the morning, and I put everything perfectly, and and I always have like books on the table, so I've been reading. So I'm really so smart. I haven't read anything. I've been watching Tiger King. But you don't know. Okay, I just said, but you don't know. So, it's really like, it's like when, the president makes like a conference call, or, makes an announcement. Then she has the flags and all, all that shit. It's all there's a lot of thought put into that. Yeah. So that's something that I'm like, also like, okay, I have this background, I have this, you can see, I have that, you can, it's so many details. And always like when I'm having the call, and I'm always like looking a little bit away, like I'm not, like I'm listening, like, it's so weird. But yes, with the turtleneck.
Yeah. I also have intelligent thoughts.
Yes. But it's so weird to just like put on makeup and have so much stuff to do before like meeting. So, like, who gives a fuck? Like sometimes, and when I look really shitty, I use the audio only. And I'm like, with my, so.
Carl says, Carl Arivama says, I've started to clean my room more now that they're doing the live shows every couple of days from home. Carl, I'm completely unconvinced that's your actual room. I think this may be a Zoom green screen that he's Googled stock photo of clean room. He's Googled reasonable individual, non-psychopath, and found some sort of green screen.
Now, Carl has started to clean more because his mama said so. Like, it's nothing to do with the love, honey. Nothing. Don't lie to us. Don't lie to us.
Dang, Sille-Kadri with a slap down.
Yeah, I know you guys don't miss me at all. That's it. They're like, fuck, after the crisis, I'm not going to see Silla because she is going to roast our ass.
Oh my God, Mark. Carl, what's the best way to feel good about your body? Dang.
Wow, like, who asked?
Bro. Really, let's see. Really, yeah, Marks, first of all, reminiscent of Marky Mark. You're really drawing the long bow cultural references there. We'll need to see a picture of you first, Marks, and then we can, make a side-by-side comparison.
I mean, come on. After this crisis, like we're all gonna look like Carl. I think like we're all gonna like we haven't worked.
Oh, we're shitting on Carl. No.
I know. Okay, I'm
shit on
kidding,
Carl.
honey. I'm kidding, honey.
That's right.
Like, you know, that's not a question to ask.
I know. See, it's awkward now. I'm looking out the window like this is not awkward.
Come on, after this crisis, I'm gonna take 2 pillowcases and make myself a proper bra that fits me because nothing fits anymore. I'm losing my shit already.
Really,
like-
you getting the bigger boobs because that-
eating snacks like yeah, this is the fucking reason every day. You know?
I mean, that could be something that you. I think that's something you could add to your Tinder like description. Like, thanks to coronavirus, I got bigger boobs. My boobs are bigger than these pictures. Like, don't worry, they're more.
Okay, if I was on Tinder, I would have so much like really bad puns or some jokes like really like I don't even know like people assume that I have a Tinder I never had.
You should be. You so should be. Just for fun. Just like we expect it. It's a thing. Sille-Kadri should be on Tinder like as a cultural phenomenon.
I'm not interested in seeing my ex-boyfriends.
Okay.
But for me, the funny thing is like, yeah, I never been on Tinder, but my friends are, and they're always showing me screenshots of people we know, and I'm like, look at this. Oh, look at him.
Isn't that awkward in Estonia when you see?
It's super awkward.
Yeah.
It's super awkward. Like for me, like I have a story that really illustrates the reason I kind of don't like how small Estonia is, or why I don't like Estonia that much.
Yeah.
The thing is, it was about 4 years ago. I went to a bar. You know, it's just like I was just drunk. I met a guy, and he was nice, and I was like, okay, you can add me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. Like I was drunk and stuff, and whatever. We started to talk and we started to date, and we were hitting off, and then he invited me to his place, and I was like, sure, give me the address. He gave me the address, and he was literally next door neighbor to my ex-boyfriend, literally, and I was like, are you? I was like, I hate this shit. I was like, I hate this shit. Exactly, that's the reason. I'm like, no, like I don't like. I was like, I cannot believe like you live there. Like, then he was just, oh, do you need direction to come? I was like, no. I was like, I've been there so many times. Oh my god.
The neighbors are already used to seeing me do the walk of shame. It's okay.
It was so awkward. Just like to be on the street and like going to. I was like, fuck. And it was like really obscure place that he lived. Like really, I was like, how can like no? I was like no. Like,
did you ever see the ex when you were there, or any interaction?
Like no, I was like 5 o'clock, get the fuck out. like you know, like
in the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning, I'm out.
Bye. Nothing to do with you.
Why? Because I know he goes to work at 7. Okay.
Yes. I know he likes to get up early, so bye. So yeah, that was super awkward. That was like, oh, come on.
It's gotta be. It's hard to hide from your exes in this country. Like we've all got like a special way of dealing with relationships here that you know that you can't kind of too actively get away from your ex. Like you know they're gonna be around, or the friends are gonna hear, or there's always some friend who knows.
Yeah, everybody
them or
knows
some
everybody,
connection.
and it's like you want to have a fresh start. You're like, oh, I want to meet new people and blah blah blah, and then like, oh, you're best friends with my friend, and like, oh, it's gonna like blah 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 for the last 20 years, and it feels like the same shit all the time. Like you know, you're like I already know these people. I already know your friends. I want something new. Okay, like
look for something new from guys. Kaisa thinks that exes have a special power to pop up when you least expect them. At any time, maybe the next door neighbor, maybe they're the friend of the friend, and you didn't know. Like, you know, there'll be no malice in that connection, but there will be a connection.
Do you see what card? Do you see the card comment right there?
Whoa, Carl! Carl Alari Varma says, "I can hook you up with my bras, Sille-Kadri. Pun intended. We'll never know. Hook bra." Maybe if you grow a bit more, you can fit into them. Carl, clever way of dealing with humor there. You see what Carl's done there, an expert way. He's misdirected it and turned it back around.
Well, I guess I'm not.
You were shitting on him, so he's turned it back around. You did have a go at him.
Okay.
Fair call.
Yeah, I'm sorry, audience. I'm not the tits almighty. The tits almighty is Karl-Alari Varma. But if you have free bras, please send me. I'm really in a desperate need. All the stores are closed. I don't buy shit online.
Yeah, the Uus Kasutuskeskus is closed. We can't go and get my secondhand bras anymore.
Okay, that's one thing that I never bought, like secondhand
Do they
bras.
sell bras there?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Shit,
But
really? I mean,
for me,
yeah. Well,
No, I
guess we
am-
should make fun of people who would actually go and buy a bra from there.
it's like
Free bra.
socks and underwear, lingerie. You don't buy secondhand for
Sure.
me. It's like okay,
No,
yeah.
unless it's from a Japanese schoolgirl. But besides that, I'm not buying secondhand underwear.
Wait, what? What did you do in Japan last time? I'm like, whoa, this took a really different turn for me. Okay.
That's what there's a common urban myth that in Japan, like they're all crazy, they're these crazy sex addicts. It's like, or like they all have all the schoolgirl shit, and they do. Don't get me wrong, but the urban myth that there's vending machines with like schoolgirls' panties.
I've
That's
heard
not.
about-
That's
okay,
incorrect.
okay.
Like maybe once there was one as a thing, but it's not like, oh, on every corner we'll get a can of Coke, get a bottle, here's some noodles, some girls' underwear. Like it's not like a regular. It's not like you can order it from Amazon, you know, as part of your daily order. It's not. That's actually more of an urban myth.
We got one dislike. It's probably Yuri.
It's probably Yuri.
Come on, Yuri, give us some answers.
No, it's
We just want answers. Like,
just want answers. All Sille wants is an answer. Give her a fucking answer.
Carl, are you drunk or what's going on? Like,
I think so. Yeah, Carl's got to do the live stream at 8 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock. 6 o'clock, because I don't know times and things. Oh, God, we talk. Oh, I got notes. Talked about that. Oh, you bought a bike, you were saying, and you just bought this, and that's the exciting thing.
yes.
I bought a grill today. Yeah, thank you.
So Australian of you.
I need applause. I know.
You're gonna make those sandwiches and stuff.
Fuck yeah. So it was Bauhof is a good price for the e-store special price, 180 euros.
Everything is on sale right now.
Everything's on special. It'll take them three burner. Plus I got that side thing so I can put a pan on it as well.
Where are you gonna put it? Like on your
I've got a
balcony?
balcony. You haven't. I don't know if you've seen my new place. Have you
No.
seen my place? I don't know.
I will not kind of casually like be like,
I got
What
I got this new place with a big balcony.
oh, you rich.
It already
bitch.
has a no. It's not that great, but all it's got is the balcony. It's already got some piece of shit old barbecue from the previous tenants that like is rusted and has rat poop and shit. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a new grill. So I 3 burner, 180 from Bauhof coming soon. I gotta get the gas bottle, and it's got that. You gotta have that plate, like the what to say, the regular plate, like so you can do the onions that hasn't got the holes in it, the flat plate, the grill, the regular plate. So I can do onions on one side, got my sausages on the other one. So all I need to make it 100% Australian summer is I'm gonna have the barbecue and a kiddies pool. That's 100% Australian summertime. You have the beer to chug. You have a kiddies pool. You sit there in your little Speedos, your little dick stickers, budgie smugglers, whatever you want to call them.
What was that? What was the word? Budgie?
Budgie smugglers.
Budgie.
So budgie is budgie that you could okay, that's a chicken, but imagine there was like a small bird, like a robin or something that was that size. That would be a budgie, like something that you might, if you had like a bird that size, right? Not like a chicken, that you might keep in a cage, right? As a pet or something. A budgie is a very common
So
brand.
did somebody
no,
smuggle?
style. Right, but,
Tiny-
but
Oh my god.
I gotta explain the joke to Sille here, guys. Okay, so the penis with the balls is a bulge out of the Speedos, and then is approximately the same size as one of these small chickens. And so that's why it's called the budgie smuggler, because I'm a smuggler. I've got the chicken in the pants. You got it, didn't you?
I'm really sorry that I asked. But I got it.
So
You're smuggling your bird. Okay.
Right. So the most Australian thing is in the hot Australian sun, your backyard. You don't have a pool. You're not a fancy guy. You're not a rich guy. You don't have some la-di-da in-ground pool like those rich bastards. So you just get a kiddies pool from the local Kmart department store. Cost you $20, and you got about this much water in the bottom, and you just sit there drinking your beer.
Okay, I want to see a photo.
Most
I want to see the
Australian.
Australian party in Estonian balcony.
We're having that 100%.
Oh my god.
Kiddie pool, grill, kiddie pool. It's gonna be on.
Wow.
So yeah, as soon as the weather's good enough, I got the grill now, and then it'll be like 2 more months or something until it's good enough to be in a children's pool.
Yeah.
I get the children's pool. That's where it's at.
That's so interesting because everybody has like different traditions, and I have a friend, she's from Brazil, and they used to have like house parties, and it's like everybody like it's like the house party, like you have a like on your backyard whatever, and it's like all the neighbors coming, and there's everybody brings their kids, and there's so much people, and then you go to another party, and it's like you're just it sounds crazy for me. I'm like, I can imagine like you have an entire neighborhood coming to your backyard, and there's like 20 kids, and like it's like a fucking festival. You
Everybody
know?
knows each other. That's cool.
But I love it. But for me, like as an Estonian, and it's like, who should I invite? Who I'm not mad at right now? Like who I don't hate right now.
Dare they show up without my invitation?
And if they come empty-handed, oh honey, you're gonna hear it.
You gotta bring the chocolates. You gotta bring the €5 cake from the
Okay,
discounted
if I
Remy.
invite you to my backyard, you better bring something good, not chocolates, but you have to bring something for the grill, and you know it's like.
Yeah, okay, here's the deal, guys. Okay, we'll go have Australian barbecue on my balcony. There's gonna be a grill. There's gonna be a kiddie pool, and when you get invited, you do not have to bring anything. It's all right. Bring beer. Don't get me wrong. You want to drink a beer? Sure. If you want to eat some meat, absolutely. Bring it along. We'll put it on the grill. You do not need to bring me a discounted cake from Remy when you come to my house, okay? Like, it's fine.
That would be actually the first time when my personality has been enough. I'm just gonna bring my personality and some beer.
Look, we're growing everyone's, like, sense of well-being here. We're doing something for the cultural...
Come on, girl.
Carl's going non-stop. If I dress code Speedos, absolutely. You have those little dick sticker Speedo budgie smugglers down
Well,
there.
here's the thing. Okay, Carl is like, if I invite you to my backyard, you need to bring me something. Sille-Kadri 2020, yeah, because my milkshake brings all the boys in the yard.
Oh, it does. She's getting the invites.
Like
Carl's
everybody's
not
gonna come.
Carl, you're not
Carl, you
getting
can
any-
have your milkshake.
You're not getting any dudes hitting you up right now for dates, are you? Bam! See, none, zero, you lose. Okay.
I'm sorry, we were ripping up. Like we were just like praising Ardo, and then like, Carl, it's not your birthday. You're gonna eat it. It's for no reason. But thank you for watching us.
Thank you. It's gonna be. We're gonna have it on my deck. So I would love. I would most prefer to have this grill and kiddie pool party on Australia Day, but
When is Australia?
Australia Day is January 26.
Ugh.
I don't think we're going to be on my deck in Estonia in January 26.
What about global warming?
Well, look,
global
one
crisis?
can hope. I'm like, come on, this is not the crisis I wanted. I wanted more global warming, but all right.
Yeah.
So that's the most Australian day. That's when the white people got to Australia and went, yo, black
But
people,
the thing
you're
is,
out.
like, I always see people like all around the year wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Like it can be like Christmas, and
in
they're
Australia or here?
here, like here. Like I there's always one guy. Like let's say I'm going to Prisma or whatever. I'm walking down the street, and there's a guy. Literally, it's -20, but there's a guy wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and then he has like a hoodie, but it's like open, and then it's like he has sunglasses and he doesn't give a fuck. And I'm like. And I'm like freezing. I have like 3 blankets on, and I'm like, like it's so weird. And there's always a guy who is never like free, and I'm like, he must be Finnish, like he must be from Finland or some shit.
I hate to keep going back to the chat, but that's kind of Carl. And he's always got the shorts on. He's never got a big jacket on. At first, I thought he was just poor. And then I was like, why don't you have a jacket? And I just thought, and you live in, I didn't know, I just met him. He lives in Lastama. I thought he was poor. And it just turns out he doesn't feel the heat or the cold in the same way.
Well, he has the shirts and curves, It's,
Maybe.
It's like
it's like evolution. Surely if...
Sorry, Carl.
Evolution would have made us all, like everybody, way fatter. If it was just instantly like, oh, if you're huge, then you get protected from the cold. Like that does not explain tall, attractive, fit Swedish people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, my name is Sven. I come from Sweden. We live in the cold and the north. And
but
they would be
they're
big
gay.
fat cunts.
For me,
They're gay.
okay,
True.
sorry, but for me, every
True.
Swedish guy I ever met was gay.
It really fucked with natural evolution when the whole country of men is gay, right? It doesn't really work. Darwin, where's your theory now, huh? You old white-haired scientist. What happens when the whole male country of Sweden is gay? Oh, someone said they were from Sweden. Sorry. Someone said they were living. I think it was an Estonian person living in Sweden, so they probably love it. Right. But then, Finnish people are not renowned for their health.
Yeah, because they're dead inside. So maybe the cold does not catch them. It's like...
Really? How long did you live in Finland for?
3 long years. 3 years.
In Helsinki?
Yes. I wasn't sober at all.
Okay. And you were managing a restaurant there?
No, I was like a shift manager, like
Okay.
a duty manager. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, it was tough. It was really tough. A lot of work. It was worth it and stuff, but I wasn't happy when I was living there.
Because, I mean, that sounds like the Estonian dream. I'm going to go to Finland, get that big paycheck.
And then what?
And then what? Right.
It's like, yeah, okay. I was like, at first, like the first year, I was like, yeah, I can buy whatever I want. I was traveling, blah, blah. But it kind of like, and then it's like, it loses its point. And I was just like, okay, and now what?
Money's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not. In the end, it's like, am I going to work here in this restaurant for the rest of my life? Or what else is there in life, So, no, I had a goal. I was just like, okay, I want to save up some money and I want to come back to Estonia and, find a new job and just get a place for my own and, I of course I needed the money and stuff and it was okay and I made great friends and I still usually twice or maybe 3 times a year I go to Finland and I visit my friends and it's great. But I was really miserable when I was living there. I was really unhappy. Like it was just work and drinking.
It's hard to find a social life there. I think it's hard to, because they're very they're just locked into we work, this is what we do. Everything costs so much. They're not spontaneous people because everything you do costs shitloads of money. Going out.
Yeah, I was
getting
actually
some food,
one thing
somewhere.
I really missed the entertainment part. Because I'm the person I like to go out. I like to go to the movies. I have volunteer work. I have so much stuff. I love cultural events. I love everything. I just like art, music, everything. And when I was in Estonia, every weekend I was doing something. But in Finland, I was like, really 150 for the concert? No. Sorry. I was like, okay, even if I had the money, there was so much, if we want to go to the theater or whatever, everything was so expensive. Just to go out to eat was so expensive. And I was just, okay, I'm going to stay indoors. Oh my God, I was already quarantined for 3 years. I realized it and now I'm like, fuck. But and I made friends and I had sometimes lunch with them. I went out, we went to some events or parties or whatever. But I've always felt just like something was missing.
It's a bit slow and dull.
For me, yeah, because in Estonia we have kind of I would say underground stuff. It's like whatever you want to open a pop-up bar, you want to do this, you want to have a rave on an island, just whatever, just go with it, just do it. It's kind of spontaneous, and I love it. And it's just I was used to going to these events like poetry evenings or whatever. I had so much great stuff, and it was really interesting for me. And of course, my friends and people who I'm close to. And when I was in Finland, I was just I was disconnected somehow. I didn't find those things that I was into. So I did my job and then I was just at home watching Netflix and, sometimes I had a drink with my friends and that was it though. I felt like I had no life there. So I was just waiting.
I didn't. I lived in Finland for about a year
Okay.
before I permanently moved to Estonia. And I didn't feel like I had a life there either. I got good at learning how to put vodka into a water bottle and sneak it into the bar or the club. Like you get real good at that shit.
I learned that in UK.
Yeah, like that's it's just not, something's not popping there. Like it's just, you accept the life. This is what we do. When we go out, it's going to cost a lot of money. And
It was kind of predictable in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of like, okay, like you do your job, you make the money.
That's why I think more immigrants, the immigrants that I see that go to Finland, like they're more like their families, they're middle-aged,
Yeah.
it's a husband and wife, because they don't come to Estonia, but they can go to Finland and get like good schooling for their children and like all kinds of services and shit. That you can't. Like that's why Estonia gets all the young kids that are working for the TransferWise and the IT and the stuff, because they don't need all that shit. Like they just want a wage and keep on rocking on.
Yeah, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, you moved to Finland, so you're planning to find a husband and have kids?" And I was, "What? No, I need money to buy an apartment." The fuck, like, but everybody was assuming like, no. Once you go to Finland, then you're in Finland, and you're not coming back. And I was like, bitch, you don't know me, because usually it's like people, get used to the salary, they get used to the benefits, they get used to kind of those things, and then it's like, okay, if I work 7 years, I'm gonna get the pension, and then like there's like a lot of things like, okay, the social grants, and then they kind of like get used to the lifestyle. And I don't want to have that kind of.
I don't either.
Yeah. So and I was like. But I'm a hippie. I've been living on everybody's couches for years. I don't give a fuck. I was just like, okay, I love them. Trust me, I love extra money and I love to travel and I love to have fun and go out and blah, blah. But for me, it's like, if I'm not happy, I'm not going to be like forcing myself to live in that kind of situation. And I was not happy. I was actually counting the days then I could just leave. And I was really, but it was I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful that I got there, and I just, I made friends, and I wasn't like in debt anymore, and I just was really independent after that, and it was great. But it was really hard, like really, really super hard. So, but I'm still happy about it. So,
I moved to Finland. I lived in Sweden for a total of 2 years, and I was living with this Swedish chick in Stockholm, and it wasn't going well. We were both living in like 20 square meter apartment. I wasn't happy.
And you only have that person.
Yeah, you only have that. Right. Because I ultimately, even though I kind of had just ended up there with her, I wasn't very happy with Sweden. It wasn't my place. I don't know, there wasn't a zing, zing, zing energy.
Okay, we Estonians are kind of like ghetto and ratchet as fuck in a way.
Yeah,
we're like, oh, but don't worry about it. We'll make it work. We're fine.
Like, work. There was none of that. And I was having problems integrating.
Yeah, because for me, like if you talk about Scandinavia, like let's say Norway, Sweden, Finland, it's always like everything must be according to the law and everything must be like on the paper and a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of. But Estonians are like, we're lazy. We don't give a fuck. Let's find a way. Like, I kind of like we are the Oklahoma of Scandinavia. I'm sorry.
You heard that. You're Sille-Kadri Simer. You're the Joe Exotic of Scandinavia. That's what this place. So this whole country is the GW Zoo of Scandinavia.
But that's what like it has personality at least. It's not boring. So that's why I love Estonia. I'm always like, I always have fun here, and I have my friends and everything. And so yeah, when I really started to appreciate Estonia when I was in Finland. Right. And I was like, I missed on it.
Yeah, me too. I was there for a year and kept coming over on the ferry. D&D terms, Estonians are chaotic neutral. Yeah, it's true. I was there for a year, and I didn't have a job, but I had all the comedians. And one thing about being a comedian is, one good part about it is, wherever you go in the world, you will always meet comedians and always have someone who's similar to you. And that's a nice thing, that like you can always go to any comedy club anywhere in the world and just meet other social retards, and like you're both stupid and you're all comedians and awkward, and it's the same thing no matter what country. It transcends country and culture. So I did have some people to get on with in Finland, and we were doing shows, and we were already doing some of the first English comedy nights. But yeah, I was really like, I don't know. I was like, well, first of all, I was like, I'm going to be an Australian English-speaking comedian trying to break in to to the Finnish stand-up industry. And then I went, oh, that's an insane idea. That's never going to work. Oh, I know where it'll work better. Estonia. Yeah, okay.
This is truly the land of opportunity. Okay.
Yeah.
Move along, like move aside, USA.
It's already come to Finland. We need to now do it in Estonia instead. Yeah, I couldn't. When everything costs so much, you just can't feel comfortable. Like, that's going to cost me money and that costs me money. And like, not to be like all Jewy about it and shit. Just like, that's lots and everything's formal and strict and
yeah.
Even things like when we were doing some shows at quite a big club in Helsinki, Apollo Club on the main street. The Apollo Live Club,
I've been there, yeah.
We used to do a bunch of shows there, and they wouldn't let us, like, because we used to come over from the ferry and have our case of Alikok because we didn't want to like pay the Finnish prices. But even in the backstage, they were like, the woman would come and be like,
no.
And then we were told, no, you can't take those Alikok cans to the stage because we don't sell that beer here, and so we can't be shown to have that beer on the stage. And I was like, what?
Okay, that part I kind of understand from a promotional thing and stuff like that. But on backstage, whatever happens in backstage stays in backstage.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know.
Some of the shows that we do in Finland, if we bring an international artist and the international artist says, I need a bottle of gin, I need some wine, I need some and we could get it like so much cheaper. If I'm coming from Estonia literally for the show, I'll just get everything from Tallink. And we're not allowed to do it. They're like, no, you cannot bring outside alcohol into this backstage in Helsinki. You have to buy it from us for like 50 euros a bottle for a bottle of wine or some shit like this.
Yeah.
And it's insane. And then the artist management is like, why do we have a 200 euro bill for alcohol? Our artist is not that much of an alcoholic. And I'm like,
the comedians.
The wine, you wanted the gin, you wanted a couple of bottles of this long drink. That 3 bottles or 4 bottles adds up to 200 euros in Helsinki at those prices. And they're like,
and for me, the craziest part was like the hours. Okay, there's the alcohol store and stuff, and the hours that they were open. It's like you cannot have a bottle of wine on Sunday. Like it's like. The fuck?
That bit I found as well. It's the same in Sweden. They've got the Systemet Bolaget in Sweden.
Yeah, the thing was like, okay, if you work on Sundays, it's double pay, which is like good and stuff, but none of the alcohol stores are open on Sundays, and it was really strict. And for me, I was like, I'm too Estonian for this shit, okay? I was
just stubborn and shit. I'm paying this.
Because, okay, I remember the time when you could go to a gas station at 3 o'clock in the morning. And you're underage and you're buying.
The fucking Russians had to go and riot, didn't they? They all went and rioted and then...
2007, never forget.
Right, and then they spoiled it for all of us. I'm surprised we don't have more national dislike, like holding a grudge. Like, because the old crazy young Russian guys went nuts, we all can't drink alcohol past 10
But
PM
the thing was, I remember it was 2007 and they changed it. Like it was from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So that was the first one. And I was like, after 8 p.m. you couldn't buy booze. Oh my God. You could imagine the stores after like the working hours. It was crazy. And because I was underage, I went like 5 minutes before and I was like, in a hurry to buy booze. But they didn't have time to check my ID. So that was my hustle.
That was it. Give me some wine.
Honey, I was drinking vodka when I was 17.
Vodka now. Don't ask nothing.
And I was
Look at you want ID? Right here, bitch.
I was like, yeah, I come from work. I was like 17. I had a D cup already, and I was like,
I remember that night. I was in Estonia on that night. I was in Tartu though.
Oh shit!
I remember we were playing pool somewhere downtown in Tartu, and my friends were getting SMSs like, "Yo, there'd be riots in Tallinn." I'm like, "What?" And I think that in one way the media blew up those riots way more than it was because.
Not true.
Okay. Here's my rationale why they did. That we saw scenes of destruction everywhere. We were like, look at this, that window got smashed, that shop got beat up, and then there was like always a shot of a car that was turned over. And they were like, look at this car. Whoa, the riots on the street. If you go back through all of the photos from that, it was one car. One maroon Volvo got overturned out the front of Cafe Versus on Pardumantere, which first of all, why was Cafe Versus left alone when every other thing on that street was taken out? Nevertheless, Russian conspiracy theory, it was one car. There was no other cars that were overturned in Tallinn, but every media outlet had like every single goddamn angle of that Volvo.
Okay, Mr. Australian. I remember I actually went to Tallinn because I didn't live in Tallinn during that time, but I needed to go. I don't remember why, but I think I was visiting my best friend or something, and I was actually I went with a bus to Tallinn, like in the center of Tallinn, like all like the glass, everything was really fucked up. Like it was really like, and it was many streets. It wasn't just one block or whatever. It was like all around that. Sure. And my best friend, he used to live near Old Town, and he was scared as shit. It was like, see, like I have no idea. Like shit went down. Like it's like no joke, because we were actually afraid that we're gonna have the emergency, like what we have right now, like the lockdown. But we were actually thinking maybe we're gonna have the lockdown because of this riot. And yeah, okay, there was maybe only one car sorted out, but there was a lot of windshield, like there was a lot of like businesses destroyed and people going nuts and arrested and beaten. It was okay, maybe for your standards it was basic. Excuse me.
Yeah, we know how to have a riot in Australia, please.
But it was crazy, and people just were like, people lost their, they were like just like looting and stuff, and they were, it's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this. I don't even need tampons because I'm a guy, but I'm gonna because of reasons.
Yeah,
I'm just because I can, I'm gonna rob it. So
yes, I am Russian. I have girlfriend. She just started to have period, so I get tampon. Yes, why?
Yes, I need like the 12 kron.
12 kron tampon.
12 kron.
Yes, no, I only loot cheap tampon. Yes, why? What?
So yeah, but in the center of Tallinn, it was pretty messy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but of course there's different theories. But you were in Tartu, so
I know. What do I know? I know. I wasn't. I know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so long ago.
2007, yeah.
It was
13 years ago. So
that was 13 years ago. But wait, because we were discussing this timeline earlier about things. 10 years ago, you were in high school, as you so proclaimed to me earlier on.
Yes,
and I was like, 10 years? What? Really? And only because it's been 20 years for me.
Yes, I finished. Okay, I'm 29. I finished high school in 2010. In 2007, I was not in high school because I was still graduating. It was Bronx year was in the spring. So I was still in the 9th grade. I was graduating. So that was my last.
Oh, you call that a graduation, don't you? From the 9 to the 10. First of all, this is not a graduation. Congratulations, you're still. How is that a graduation? You're still in high school. You've graduated. Go back to the same school.
Well, we have
again.
like middle school, and it's like.
It's the same shit. Why would you go back to like it's still the same institution, but I've graduated? I don't know.
Because after 9 grades are mandatory, so you have to get like 9 grades education. That's for us is mandatory.
Yeah.
But if you go to high school, which is from 10 to 12, it's not. It's
you
like.
think because you've done more than 10 years of schooling, you deserve a graduation, Estonian people? Like. Oh, we've done more than what the government tells us. Okay, I want streamers. I want a ceremony. I want a parade down the street. Look at me. I've done more than the minimum required amount of education. Please give me a graduation.
Well, you want to go back to school? I don't care. I don't care, honey. You can have no education. Like I'm
just saying, you need a year 12, like the final when you leave the high school. Yes.
Yeah, but some people after 9th grade they decide, okay, I don't want to go to high school. I want to have some like some other skills, and they're gonna go learn to be a chef or to whatever construction or whatever. So they get a different education. They don't like, for us it's different. Like,
I see how you're trying to turn this around and go, Louis, are you being inconsiderate of those people that leave school at year 10? They are valuable members of our community.
of course they are.
Contribute in such important fields as cooking and chefing. I'm like, you should probably, you know what? I'm going to go on a limb and say y'all should probably finish the 12th year. Okay? Just go on a limb and say in the year 2020, maybe you should do that. I'm not trying to say university is the greatest thing. Do you need a graduation ceremony just so you can have everyone's got to bring flowers? I mean, this is the, don't look. If you think, I think this is weird, bringing chocolates to someone's house, flowers at the graduation is the weirdest. If I was like,
Okay, can we have nice things? We live in fucking Estonia. Like,
we don't like
Like,
we
come
don't,
on,
no
like,
one, no one in
why-
Australia's
why-
bringing me flowers at my graduation.
nobody gives a fuck. Like, okay, let's like, can we just celebrate it? Like, so what? I don't like flowers, but I'm like, I like the attention. So I will gladly graduate every year. Please, yes, please bring me everything.
It's like I've got all this. You see people graduating at in
Of course.
Estonia.
Yeah, I
and
know
they're
that yeah.
carrying them
Okay.
like this. I got my
Yeah.
flowers.
I get it.
Everybody.
It's pointless because they're just gonna go to waste. That they're gonna like. For me, whenever somebody gives me like flowers, and I go traveling for 2 weeks and they just rot in my house and it's really nasty, and that's why I don't ever like when people give me flowers. But the thing is that, like, okay, maybe once in a life we can enjoy life. We're Estonians. We've been through shit. Okay, we were slaves and shit. Okay, maybe we can have some flowers. Maybe it's nice to have some fucking flowers because you know how to calculate. You know how basic math. Okay, so you can have flowers. Okay, like, is it that hard?
The slaves have graduated. Let's bring them some flowers. And I had no problems with the flowers. I like flowers. I have flowers in my apartment. As we discussed last week, I give them Viagra.
How's that going?
Well, they were roses. They were never really going to droop over anyway. So this was not a scientific. They're still there. I haven't taken them away.
Whoa. I give flowers to my sheep.
My sheep? What are you, some countryside? Are we in Sodoma? How does this...
Are you Middle Eastern?
Do they
like,
know
why
that?
do you have sheep? Like, what?
Maybe you can get Estonian lamb. Tim Reedy would know all about meats in Estonia, but you can get Estonian lamb. They got sheep.
But why do you give flowers? Like,
Maybe.
does your sheep eat the flowers, or what's the deal?
Sheep likes it.
That's weird. That's a real weird.
It's just, look, I guess the joke that I'm trying to make and the point that I'm trying to make with the flowers, okay, it's more of a deeper cultural thing, right?
Okay.
Let me use a very politically incorrect term. I don't mean this. This is not my current thought, but it's probably the most direct way that I can describe. If you're graduating the 12th year and you're getting flowers, that's super gay. Like, super gay. Like, come the fuck on. Like, we're getting flowers. This is super gay. Like, I'm a year 12 boy, and really, I'm dressing in a suit. Again, Australian.
Get over yourself, like, really.
Australian lowbrow. Australians only wear the suit when we have to go to court. We don't have suits that we dress up in. Like, I had the high school formal. I had a girlfriend who was at another school, so I got to go to two of them. I hired a suit. Like, I didn't have such an outfit. I had to go to the higher place. Like, we're not a formal people. So the idea of having the flowers and the ceremony and the suit, this seems like way over the top.
Fine. When you die, I'm not gonna bring you any flowers. Happy? I'm just gonna I'm gonna be like, bitch, drinking at your grave. Fuck you. Like,
It's nice. Okay.
Okay,
On the other hand, I can see I'm just arguing a point here. I see the flowers. I see they're nice. I have flowers in my apartment. I think they add something to my apartment.
but for me, it's like, yeah, okay. Wait, Carl is saying something again.
Traded flowers. That is the gayest shit.
Okay, I know you're into D&D, but you're really into D&D.
I gave my male friends flowers. Exactly. Like, cool. I respect your cultural traditions. Okay, like Dave Benton. Did I mention Dave Benton? Dave Benton said to me yesterday,
you're gonna hog on that.
You've got to adjust. You know, you've got to adjust to the place that you're in. I heat you, Dave. So okay.
Yeah, it really is about. Okay, I don't even have a point. Carl just. Okay, that's nice, Carl. That somebody actually gave you flowers.
It's beautiful. It is a beautiful.
It's nice.
Beautiful.
It's sweet.
Okay. If I'm being serious, it's a beautiful.
Because I love drama and I love everything extra, and I can just imagine Carl not fitting into his suit and just covering it with flowers and being like American Beauty.
It's nice. Like you guys are like, hey, why is she drinking Alexander beer and trying to tell bad jokes? You know what? Go fuck yourself. Okay. Does this get worse? You know what gets worse? When I have sex with your mom. Okay. Don't. It's not cool. Okay. I guess I'm just trying to emphasize the cultural differences between Estonia and Australia. That like we can be kind of rough people. You know, like we're not like I mean, even the whole premise of my career in Estonia is founded on the idea that Estonian people like to go to the theater. That the theater was an acceptable place for Estonians to go. Therefore, you wanted to drink, you wanted to come and see stand-up comedy, which is also in a darkened place with seats and someone talking on a stage. It's
but
not
it was
the same
a
thing.
place to dress up,
Yeah. And we adjusted that. Now people have understood that stand-up is this place that you can just wear whatever and go. But the base idea that the theater is a place to go was already in Estonian culture. It is not in Australian culture. We do not go to the theater. Mate, it's sunny outside. Where the fuck do I want to go to see some poofy theater?
But excuse me, we're European. We have some culture.
Right, exactly. And it's nice. And I guess that's the thing. Like that we don't have these cultural ways. And they're nice. And they've given me a career. And I appreciate them. But it's, it's different.
Okay, let me tell you, people... very ignorant people in the comments. I did not promise any jokes.
It's not jokes.
I don't know. Like,
who is telling jokes on a live stream? Like, do you know how bad that is?
You need to buy a ticket for that, honey. If you want to come to my show, that's okay. But right now, it's just a Friday brunch, and I'm having a drink with my and don't come to me. Like, it's like, tune out. I don't give a fuck. Like, I honestly, honey. Like,
there's no.
Bye.
Okay, so is a. Stand-up comedians all around the world are facing a problem. We do stand-up, which is live, and we can't do stand-up anymore because we can't meet in groups. And so stand-ups all around the world, like, gotta do something.
Dance, monkey, dance. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I get it.
And so the first feeling that people might have is like, well, do the stand-up on the live stream. And the thing is like...
You don't have an audience.
No, it's taking, you don't understand. It's like taking away half of the orchestra is doing stand up without an audience. It doesn't work. And the best example that I've got is you can't find one reasonable, well-known, legitimate stand-up comedian that's trying to do stand-up on a live stream.
It's like, it's like doing a drag show in your living room. It's like super awkward. It's not that great. It's like if it's a live performance, you have to be in the audience. You have to be part of the experience. It's like, okay, even when you film it, it kind of loses the edge. It's not the same. It's not even.
And it's tough to film it. It's possible.
It is, and it's
but it takes 4 cameras, lights on the audience, which fucks with them, so the audience feels out of place. Like it's a lot of work.
Because if it's happening in live, there is some sort of chemistry, some spark. You cannot repeat it. Even if you do the same set, I don't care, you do the same set in Tallinn, Tartu, Viljandi, whatever, but it's gonna take something out of it, because when it's live, you feel connected. You're like, okay, I'm in this room. Like, I'm feeling this. But if you watch it at home and you're in your underwear,
people think, like, why don't you live stream the events? Like, it would be terrible if we just put up a phone and start Instagram live a show. You're at the back of the room. You can see it doesn't work. And I tried this week. I tried to sit down and watch some recordings of stand-up comedians who tried to do their act just to the webcam. And I saw those recordings, and there were a lot of people who were giving positive, reaffirming, good comments to them, saying, hey, that's great, and hey, they enjoyed it, and right on. if you enjoyed it.
But it's like, okay, girl.
Oh, I couldn't watch it. It's so bad trying to watch stand-up that someone's just performing. Unless you're like, maybe... Okay, I'll tell you what could be an interesting in-between is in this period, Jimmy Carr is doing a daily quiz show.
Okay, that's different.
And so he's doing, he sits at the table and he's giving like British pub quiz style. Like he does the questions and then there's a video that comes, I don't know, the next day or something with the answers. Now, Jimmy Carr can do it for a number of reasons. First of all, he's fucking Jimmy Carr. He's one of the best in the world.
It's the best one-liner, I think.
And he's the best, like his jokes are meant for that. Like line, writer, sharp.
And it doesn't have like a storyline. It's just like jokes. Like, and he's serving like really. It's like in that. And
you can look at it already. It's a good camera. It's a good mic.
Yeah,
like it's
absolutely.
actually really well done.
Yeah.
And even Jimmy Carr, even the sharpest, sorry, Ardo, the sharpest joke writer, you know, of Jimmy Carr, right? As you could say, like, how does it get better and sharper than Jimmy?
Yeah.
Even Jimmy Carr has decided to slightly adapt his formula and make it quiz, question, and answers.
Yeah, because
Jimmy is not doing his stand-up to a live stream.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like, I have seen some like sketches and stuff like that, and I've seen great comedians who are great. Like if you see them live, you're like, oh my god, I'm living. Like you're into the moment. You're feeling the energy of the room. That's one thing that you cannot have online. But if you really go to a place, you're feeling the room, you're feeling the people and stuff like that. And I see some sketches from comedians, and I'm like, you're a great comedian, but the sketch was so awkward. Like it doesn't really come off, and it's really feels fake and like not genuine, and you're not connecting to it at all. So it's really hard to comedy is hard, okay, you guys. And I'm not giving my jokes out for free, so fuck you. I'm like,
it's hard, and it becomes it's that.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you too.
Yeah, it's that indelible line that exists between what is monotheater and what is stand-up, right? And that's this. It's in some ways it's a super hard line that's like the most light and day thing to me it's the most night and day thing ever, but many people could be like, yeah, well, you're the monotheater, you do the stand on the stage and you do the thing, and well, you've got stories, and you go like, yeah, well, I guess, okay, stand-up comedian has stories, and you're one person talking, and you know, if you try to break it down, but
the same thing goes to like, people are like, oh, why should I go to the movie theater? I can watch it on my laptop.
True.
Dunkirk. If you go to you go to a movie theater, you have like whatever, you go to Cosmos or you have the cinema, like the experience, like you have 4K, whatever, like, you know, it's the best quality and sound and everything. You go to a fucking theater, you sit down, you have an experience. You're like, okay, but if you're watching it at home in your tiny screen and you're going to the bathroom every 5 minutes, and you know, it's like it takes you out. It's not the same. If you're watching some film on your laptop, you might get some idea, but for me, it's always like, I've been arguing with a lot of people like, what is the difference? I can just do everything online. I can just like, no, but there are some things you cannot do online, for me at least. And some stand up and watching movies, some movies, not all movies, but some movies that are made for movie theater. Stand-up is also made to have a live performance, like a live audience. You need to be in the moment. And that's why stand-up is hard. You know, all you people coming at me not having jokes, go ahead, try it. Let me see.
Work.
Oh, let me have it.
It does not work
ahead, like,
in this format, and that's why we haven't seen. I mean, yes, once again, plugging pod.comedyestonia.com with the fantastic professionally filmed special from Ardo Asperg. It took 2 cameras, professional TV guys, you know, our great Matilda, our great director, to be able to pull that off. It doesn't just like sticking one.
Yeah, no.
And making it do it.
You need
really
different angles, because the thing is, like, if you see an artist he's performing live in front of you, like, that's an experience you cannot replicate.
Right.
It's like all the time, oh, they made this video game movie and it sucked because when I played that game, it wasn't the same. Yeah, of course it's not the same. It's never gonna be the same. So get over yourself. Okay, come go to Comedy Estonia shows, buy tickets. There's gonna be tours and shit.
We should react. I was saying to Silla, first of all, do I know Aussie Man? I'm not sure what Aussie Man is. Oz guy. I'm an Aussie guy, but is Aussie man a character or something? I don't know. We were talking about trying to make reaction videos, and I was commenting to Sille that when I was 17, I was on community radio in my small town, and this is 1997, 1998. There was no internet. We were just, and I think I have some cassette recordings of me trying to do bits on the radio, like some stupid Michael Jackson jokes, doing songs, back announcing.
And Michael Jackson was alive.
Still alive, right?
Still alive.
And we're like, Michael, why are you so white? You know, like, and now he's dead.
Wow, oh my God.
So I was thinking, because I found the other day the recording of my very first stand-up set. It was a summertime. It was outdoors in Sweden, in Stockholm.
Wow.
Terrible shit. And I thought to do a react video to that, but maybe my cassettes from...
I love cassettes.
School. Yeah.
I love cassettes. No, back in 2001, I used to record with my best friend. We had this radio show when we just pirated music and we recorded our voices, and we were reviewing the first Harry Potter books. Like even before the movies, like we were like, oh, Harry Potter, blah 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 blah.
So it was cool before the movies.
Yes, I am the OG podcaster of Estonia. Yeah. Back in 2001, I made cassettes. Okay, so I love this story because I remember like I had and it was a mess, because you're recording it and then it flips over. It's like. It was just a bunch of like songs and our voices and us eating soup and just commenting, is it a good soup? What's the soup?
Today Sille reacts to soup.
It's like, what the fuck? It made no sense, but we were like 10 years old, so who cares? And when I was like 14 or 15, I found the cassettes and I was listening with my Walkman.
Nice.
I was listening and I was like already like cringing and... Yeah, I was like, okay. But it was a good soup.
Sille reacts to soup. I want to say that. Because now we react to everything. You can't just have someone thinks or comments or has an opinion. Everyone reacts. It's always react these days.
So I can react to whatever. Ooh, look at...
Yeah, Sille reacts to alcohol. Louis reacts to Alexander. Yeah, by getting drunk.
I don't react to alcohol anymore. And we are way beyond that.
Every day.
But yeah, I remember like having those cassettes. It's just like, and we had like a name and everything. It was a show. It was a show, and we were recording our favorite songs. Which it's just.
Do those cassettes still exist?
Good question. I've been moving around so much. I don't know. I wish I would.
That's the goal that you need to mine. You need to find those and put them on the podcast.
That's like a scavenge hunt.
Them. Yeah. And like you and Mariana break them down and talk about them. That'd be hilarious.
But it's like in my baby voice before, like I was an alcoholic. It's like la 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 la. It's like it's a really tiny.
Most of us call it puberty. Sille-Kadri calls it alcoholism.
I started drinking when I was 14, so
right.
Like when I was 10, I was not an alcoholic. I used to read Harry Potter and eat soup.
Was it?
Like make weird tattoos on my face. Like
boys and alcohol came along, and then.
Mostly alcohol, no boys. I lived on the countryside. There was nothing to look at. There was no trade.
Maybe just some sheep or something.
No sheep.
Sheep to give flowers to.
So yeah.
We should. It's about 10 minutes to 6, and Carl and Ardo and
need to wrap it up.
Roger's on today.
Oh, cool.
Roger Andre.
Yeah.
And coming on next after us.
Roger Andre is like the giraffe of Comedy Estonia.
He's so tall. And
he's
so
goofy as well.
Fucking happy, like all the time, cheerful. Like
but he has money.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, no,
he's not suffering like
that family money. Like really, no problem can ever get you down.
The old money, the old ironics money or something.
Money. Roger's always cheerful. He's always happy to a fault. Fuck you, Roger. Living such a nice life. So that's coming up next, yeah. So after this live stream ends on Comedy Estonia, you're going to see Carl and Ardo and Roger.
Yeah, you don't need to dislike this anymore. Like you can just watch Comedy Estonia.
I feel like Sille, your life wouldn't be complete unless there was one dislike. Like you need that resistance.
Absolutely. I need to fight somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, I am the fighter.
You need it.
I need it always. I love because whenever somebody like sends me hate comments or whatever shit, I'm like, oh, I have new content on my podcast. Love it. Send them away.
Nice. All right, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you for watching us again. We're going to be back next Friday doing another one. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
See you guys. Take care. Woo, happy Easter.